welcome to Brevard Public Library's STEAM in the Kitchen series in partnership with Brevard County IFAS Extension. In today's episode, we will discuss the science behind making ice cream in a bag. Here are the ingredients that you'll need to do this activity. To make ice cream in a bag, you'll need the following ingredients: half a cup of half and half, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 quart-sized Ziploc bags, 1 gallon-sized Ziploc bag, 1/2 cup of large rock salt, this one's specifically ice cream salt, 5 or 6 cups of ice, and of course measuring cups, in addition to the optional small towel or gloves to keep your hands from getting too cold. We will start by measuring the following ingredients and adding them to our bags. The first ingredient is 1 tablespoon of sugar. We're going to add it to our quart-sized bag. So we'll take our measuring cup and add that ingredient. And did you know that scientists measure ingredients all the time? Because if things are not in correct proportions, then the dish may not turn out as well. Our next ingredient that we're going to measure is half a cup of half and half. I'll move the sugar out of the way. And here's the measuring cup. Here's the 1/3, 1/2. Okay, we'll take this. Okay, so we have half a cup right here. Going to be very careful about adding this to the bag and not spilling it. Okay. Oop, there we go. We're pouring that in there. And then after this, we'll add our last ingredient, which is going to be the vanilla extract. And we're going to take 1/4 teaspoon of that. So it's a really small measuring cup that we're using this time for that. I'm measuring it over the bag just in case some of it spills, because I don't mind if it tastes a little bit extra vanilla-y. There we go. Okay. And that's everything that we needed to put in our bag. The next step is removing as much air from the bag as possible before we seal it. So this is really important because we're going to be shaking the ice cream for quite some time, and we want to make sure that we minimize the potential for popping here. If there's air in the bag, then it'll be more likely to pop later. So I'm just checking here to make sure that there's not any air left before I totally seal it off. And then after that, we'll place it in another quart-sized bag. And this step is really important because this bag will keep the first bag, if it does pop, from mixing in with the salt, because we certainly don't want salty ice cream. Next, we will place our doubled up baggie inside of our larger size gallon bag, and we're going to add ice and salt. Okay, so for the ice, we'll add 5 or 6 cups, and notice that this is not as specific as some of the other ingredients because it's not going into the ice cream. We're just using the ice for its cooling properties. So when I say 1 cup of ice, this is what I'm talking about. Doesn't need to be completely full because it's a solid, and then we'll put it in here. I'm going to put in 6 cups just in case some of it does start to melt, and we may even need to add in more later on after we start shaking the bag in case it does start melting before we get to the right consistency with the ice cream. So I'm at 3 cups now. I'll take 3 more, 2, okay, and that is 6. And then after that, we will add half a cup of our rock ice cream salts. And you might be wondering why we're putting salt in the bag. I'll explain that a little bit later once we start shaking the bag. So I'm just going to dump this in here like so. And again, this doesn't have to be super precise, so just do the best that we can to get it out of here and get half a cup. So I've got half a cup, and I'll be putting it in the bag, and then we're ready to go on to our next step. Next, we're going to cause a chemical reaction. How will we do this, you might be wondering? By shaking this bag for 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to close it here. And the reason we consider this a chemical reaction is because once these ingredients are combined, if we wanted to separate them, which I don't, we would have to do that by yet another chemical reaction. So I would also recommend in this step getting some gloves, and I'll explain more of that when we actually start shaking the bags too. And if you are watching at home, this would be a great time to pause the video so that you can shake your bag for about 10 minutes. Okay, so if it's been 10 minutes for you and your ice cream still isn't exactly where you want it to be yet, no need to worry. It did take a little bit longer for us too over here. And what we actually ended up doing was adding more ice and salt to the bag. Back to our earlier question about why we were putting salt in the bag, we do that because it lowers the melting point of the ice. So if you ever go up north, for example, especially in the winter, you'll notice that they put salt on the streets and the sidewalks there to make the ice melt more easily and to make it easier for everybody to walk around without slipping on it. And another important thing to note about ice and melting is that when ice is melting, it's pulling heat from somewhere else. So that's why when you have ice in the freezer, it can stay in there pretty much indefinitely without melting. But in Florida, when you take it outside, you'll notice that it melts very quickly, and it's because it's pulling all of that heat from the air. And that brings us to one of our other questions that we asked earlier, which is why we wanted to put on gloves at this part. It's because the ice in this bag, as we're shaking it, will also be taking heat from our hands. So we want to make sure that we're keeping our hands as warm as we can at this part. And then another question you might think is why we're shaking this bag at all and not just leaving the ice cream ingredients in there with the ice and kind of letting it do its thing. We're shaking it to make the ice melt more quickly, first of all, but secondly, to mix all of the ingredients in the ice cream bag and to make sure that that bag is cooling evenly. All right, so it's time to check on our ice cream and take it out of the bag. So mine is looking good, just like ice cream should look. So I am going to take a bite. And as I'm eating it, I will just review some of the scientific concepts that we've used today. So first of all, we measured out all of the ingredients, which is something that chemists do all the time. So that's a type of chemistry. We also talked about creating an emulsion by shaking all of the ingredients together. That's another type of chemistry. Another type of science that we used today was physics. So we did a couple of things there. First of all, we talked about sealing off the bag and removing the air to make it more difficult for it to pop. That's part of the laws of motion, which is physics, like I mentioned. And then we talked about thermodynamics, which is the transfer of heat and energy as we're shaking the bag, what's going on with the ice and the salt. So that's more science. And with that said, I am definitely going to take a bite now and enjoy this ice cream. And I encourage you to do the same. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time.